to a minute of your dance. Walk in. Let us see your costume, your hair, your personality, and your makeup. Let us see your composition just by walking onto the stage. Walking forward, walking backwards, adding a grapevine, which is a simple walk, crossing forward, crossing back, crossing forward. Again, crossing forward, crossing back, crossing forward. You can add a single grapevine by just crossing back, 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 or just crossing forward, 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 forward. The chasse. To chase one foot after the other. Starting 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You can do the chasse in any direction. Forward, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Backwards, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Side to side, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Diagonal, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The best part about this movement is that it is a traveling step. It allows you to go from point A to point B. For example, I want to come forward. I want to turn. I want to go forward and go backwards. You can add to the chasse a shimmy or a hip bump. Bump, bump, going backward, bump, bump, or with a shimmy. The hopping undulation, you're sort of going to go into a skip mode. Skip, skip, skip. Allow for movement in the body. Don't get rigid on me. Just allow your body to flow. Now you're going to add pelvic movement, forward and back. Again, allowing the flow in the pelvic area, keeping yourself open. Adding that to the skip movement. Skip, 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 skip. Now, for a little bit of gesturing or attitude, we're going to add your hands to your head and bring that arm down so you don't hide the movement. Skip, 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 skip. Now, adding a slight undulation in the upper body. Now, you're not going to overdo the undulation. It's just going to flow. Go back into my pose and add it all together. If you want to add a slight lift to that, add it with the hop also. This is also a traveling step. We're going to go backwards. Let's try the other side. And skip, 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 skip. Let's try that again. Traveling backwards. We're going to skip backwards. Skip, 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 skip. Other side, making sure the audience leg is facing the audience. That is the leg that will move you backwards. Skip, 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 skip. Back into the attitude. And skip, 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 skip. Other side, and skip, 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 skip. Barrel spins. In order to train yourself on how to do a barrel spin, sometimes you want to picture yourself holding the barrel as you step, stepping to the side. 1, 2, 3. And to the other side. 1, 2, 3. Now, to train yourself, hold the barrel rigid. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. As you get the turn from the 3-step turn, 1, 2, 3, you're going to allow your arms to relax. So from rigid barrel to relaxed barrel. And 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Now allow your arms to be a little bit more relaxed, but this time, break the wrists. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Now, allow your arms to move like pieces of silk has just extended from your shoulders. Allow your arms to flow. We're not going to call these snake arms. We're going to call these silk arms. So as you're stepping, you're going to allow your arms to move. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Let's try that again. Silk, fluidity, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Let's speed it up just a bit. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Again, 1, 2, 3. Again, 1, 2, 3. Stop. All right. We know you know how to shimmy, and I'm sure you know many shimmies. But let's break down the choo-choo shimmy. Let's come up on the balls of your feet or releve. And to make this easier, sometimes what I see is a lot of dancers put their all, almost like flash dance. But there's a better way, or a much simpler way, to do the choo-choo shimmy. Come up on the balls of your feet and lightly tap the ground. Instead of stomping and expending all of that valuable energy, tap the ground. But, bear with me, spread your legs just a little bit more. So instead of choo-chooing and stomping and ruining your posture, you're going to spread your legs just a little, come up on the balls of your feet, shh, tiptoe. Your hips move. You have a lot more movement in the glutes and in the hips. You can take that now loosened up hip and move it to the side. And to the side. You can bring it forward. You can bring it back. Again, forward and back. So instead of running that marathon on the stage, tiptoe. Widen the legs just a bit, not too much, and allow the movement to naturally come from the glutes and the hips. Here's some of my favorite gestures when I'm on the stage. The first one I like to call the roundabout. You're basically taking your arms around the body. You can make them large or you can make them small. And notice I'm going back. You can come forward as an accent point. So if you're roundabout, bring it forward as an accent. So if we put that to some movement, you can add a side to side, side, side. And as you go from side to side, you add your arms as an accent. Side, roundabout, roundabout, roundabout. You can take it large, making sure your hands and your fingers are stylized. Large, small, small. You can even make it asymmetrical. The next gesture is the straight on. This is basically where you take your eyes and you look directly at a member of the audience and you point them out directly. So if you take your hand, you don't have to point, but this is a pointing gesture and that person knows that it's for them. Even if you're not looking directly at them, that hand will reach someone in the audience. You can reach low, you can reach high, up into the rafters. You can reach down to the ground to draw the audience's vision down, and you can reach up. But my favorite is going straight forward. The next gesture is the hand push. You're pushing the air or the energy between your two open palms. This emphasizes or accents a move. Push, 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 push. You can bring the hand pushes around the body as an accent to a rhythm or a beat, which is really good when you're gesturing to a drum solo. You can have your hand pushes going down and have your hand pushes coming up. You can even raise the roof. Another one of my favorites is the gunslinger. You can actually mimic a gun while you're pointing at someone. You can go down, or you can go down to up. It's even kind of quirky or even a little fun if you point at someone and tuck them away. The next one is the open palm. This is one of my favorites. It's a very giving move, and you can receive. Give and receive. You can pull the movement and the energy by offering to your audience, bringing it down, and bringing it forward. Basically, you're not doing this. You're actually lifting the energy from yourself, pushing, offering it to your audience. Sometimes it's important to communicate with your audience. The one I like is when you need to say enough. Enough. You've had enough. Or you need to communicate with the band as part of an accent. Enough. Being shy on the stage can take different various forms. You could bring your hair across your face and be shy in a movement. You can use your hands as a veil for shy. If you're going across and dancing and you need to be shy, there you go. There are just sometimes a dancer needs to say no, and you can communicate that in your dance. No, no, no. There are just some times when you need to fall in love with your audience. As a dancer, you need to give lovingly in order to get back from your audience. And it doesn't mean you have to go and hug yourself to be a loving or appreciative dancer on the stage, just by holding yourself here, expressing emotion. Instead of the Western putting your hand over the heart, love in the Arabic culture is lovesick or feeling it in your abdomen or right up in this area. So when you want to love or express heartfelt or in love or heart sickness or broken heart, just grab yourself here or grab yourself here. A common gesture or a position is the Oriental W. Hence, from left to up to right, I am in the shape of a W. You can take the W asymmetrically, add a level change, bring your arms forward or back. You don't have to stay here your entire dance. Feel free to move in any position to utilize that W to the fullest potential. One of the simplest gestures you can make is by touching your fingers to your forehead. Even though it's very subtle, it says a lot. You're deep in thought. You can turn your fingers out for more feminine movement. Deep in thought. Subtle feminine movement. One of my favorite social movements is Yalla hands. You can add a drop kick to this movement, or you could stand still and bring your hands in and out. It's a nice social gesture that you can make, and it also encourages your audience to clap for you. Sometimes it's necessary to lead the audience where you want them to go or where you want them to look. Pointing or pushing or carrying the eyes of your audience is a great way to tell a story. You can bring your energy up, and your audience will look towards the direction of your hands. You can bring them down, back up again, and into yourself. You can point or frame a movement, or your waist, or you can lead them into a circular movement with your arms. You can bring your energy from the ground, and your audience will follow you all the way to the top and all the way back down. And you don't have to bend over to do so. You can raise your arm and you can bring it back down. Sometimes you just want to give your audience a gift. I call it breaking off a piece. What I like to do and incorporate in my dance is gift the audience one of my dance moves. I will point to you and break off a dance movement. Point to you, break off a dance movement. Point to someone, break off a dance movement. Point, break off a dance movement. This is my gift to you. That is my gift to you. Gift. What I like sometimes when I'm in the audience is when a dancer is focusing on me or maybe just the section of where I'm sitting. And that dancer pulls all of her energy together and focuses on that section and makes us in the audience feel special. You can stand here and dance, but put that warm soul back into your performance and look at someone deeply, intensely, and break off a piece. Negative motion, or the lack of moving, is sometimes more powerful than moving across the stage or your dance floor. By taking a movement and stopping, you create a pressure of intensity as you hold it. And release the audience so they can take that deep breath in. You can try it with a spin. Hold. And release. Arabesque. Hold. And release. Bring it up. Hold. And release. Turn your back to the audience. Hold. And release.